Good evening, this is Dwayne, CFRN. Today is April the 17th, tax day. If you haven't paid them, alright, today's action was kind of upward and onward, but I'm going to do my best to just recap it really quick for you. Last night, the final trade that we had recapped for the 16th of April was this little trade right here. And when we recapped it last night, it had managed to move a total of 2.25 points. Okay, the entry was right there. And then price dropped. Ultimately, down to, what is that, 59.25? So 65 minus 59.25. I did this on the show today. 65 minus 59.25. 5.75 points. Is that right? Yeah, I guess that is right. 65 minus 59.25. Okay, 5.75 points. So that's what that ended up being. But we already included that in yesterday. We counted it up, tallied it at 2.25, whatever it was, on this first little move that ended right here. But it pushed on down to here. Well, we're not going to count that today. We're just going to start fresh with April the 17th. Moving on. Okay. Here's what happens. We get an entry to go long. Right there. That price. The bullish cross comes in here. And then price comes up. It's a little kind of a double top right in here at the open. Okay. Now the entry to the tick was 69.75. Where did price go? It went to 76.50. Let's do the math. 76.50 minus 69.75. 6.75 points. Maximum potential. You got to be a magician to get all of that. But can you get some of it? Well, you know the entry to the tick. Okay, we enter market if touched on these orders, so no doubt you got filled. Next. Alright, if you bought this pullback right here, that entry would have cost you $13.74. From that $13.74 entry, price rallied up to $13.75.75. Okay, 1.75. That's actually worth putting on the board. Because, and I'm going to tell you why, because let's say you slipped getting in and you slipped the tick coming in and a tick going out, and then you somehow just you dropped a tick somewhere else, right? You with me? It's still a point. You're like, well, what's the point? What can I do with the point? It's like $50. Well, it's $50 if you're trading one contract. Depending upon the number of contracts that you trade. I know a guy that trades 10,000 contracts a day on average. At the end of the day, if he's netted 2 points, he's had a great day. See, too often we try to push this marble up the hill the wrong way. Instead of pushing it downhill, we're doing just that. We're pushing it uphill. We're trying to get more points instead of becoming consistent with our point getting and increasing the number of contracts that we trade. But we talk a lot about that, in the partners meetings. Once you become a CFRN partner, once you're with us every day in the live trading room, you'll start to understand that a little more. Okay. This could be a one and done, one shot, one kill. Give it any name you want. In theory, from 840 to 850, in theory you could have been done. Okay. But we'll move on, because we're not done. Not with this. We get a bearish cross, we get a pullback. When that happens, system tells us to go short, unless we choose to use some of our other indicators, okay, to filter the trade. But for the purpose of these videos, I've not been using any filters. I'm just using the price action itself. Okay. Alright, so pull back to here. We're going short, right? Bearish cross, pull back, go short. Welcome, Brooklyn. Stopped out. No two ways about it. That's what happened. Okay. Now, bullish cross, and the market just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes, and we never get a decent pullback. Now, is there a way to get into this? Is there a way to participate in this? Yes, there is, but that's beyond the scope of this video. So we're just going to stick with the same thing we've been doing. We know we got a bullish cross, and we know we got to wait for a pullback. We finally get one right there. Okie doke. That price is $13.82 1/4. What happens? Price goes to what I believe was the high of the day at $88.75. So let's do the math. 88.75 minus 82 1/4. 6.5. And like when it came up here, it gave you 6.5, and you go, nah, I don't want that. It came back and gave it to you again, and then it came back and gave it to you again. I'm not going to count. I could come in and measure those, but I'm not. This one here definitely is measurable, and this one is definitely worth. Let's see. What did that come in at? 86.50 to 87.75. 1 1/4. But we're not going to measure. It's not a stop out. There's nothing there. There's no. I'm just going to say that there wasn't a trade setup, but definitely not a stop out. All right, moving on. See, today went quick. It was just kind of a directional day. Now, we get a bearish cross. This point in this series of videos, you should know what we're looking for. We're looking to get short, right? Where? Right there at a price of 86.50. From 86.50, price drops to 82.75. So let's count it up. 86.50 minus 82.75, 3.75. $3.75. Okay. All right. And then what happens? Get another pullback. Now on this one, Pullback was the 85 and a quarter. The drawdown was the 86 and a half. So there was a 1 1/4 point drawdown here. But you know that we use a 2-point stop on every one of these trades. It never changes. So 1 1/4 point drawdown. So far, this trade has dropped exactly 1 point. So there's 1 point in this trade so far. It's 1 point positive right now, but I'm not going to count that one. We'll add that one in to tomorrow's video. Fair enough? Fair enough. Okay. Okay, so let's recap. What did we have? How many times did we get stopped out today using our exact same methodology? The song remains the same. There's one. Remember, this one was from yesterday. We didn't count it. It was a good trade. Made 5 and whatever points, but we're not counting it today because we counted 2 of it yesterday. So, let me scroll across again. Make sure you see that. Using our same system, our same methodology, the one we've been teaching people for 2 years now. Without any of our gee whiz stuff, just using price action. 1 stop out. We always use a 2-point stop, but you know, even though the S&P 500 E-minis are the most liquid futures contract in the world, I always throw in that little 1/4 point for slippage, just in the interest of being totally fair. So, all right, let's add up the maximum potential trades from the day. 3.75, 6.5, 'But we missed a lot there because we just never had a trigger to get long. 1.75, another 6.75, and I believe that's everything. Yep. Okay. So the total, 18.75 maximum potential. And what does that really mean? Well, that means that in order to get 18 3/4 points out of all of those trades, number one, you'd have to have been at your computer. You had to have money in your account. You had to, when it lit up green over here and told you the exact price to enter, you had to enter. You had to actually enter the trade. Then you had to stay in the trade until it reached its maximum potential and magically jump out. Okay? And you had to do the same thing again here, and here, and here. And it's been a really long day because remember, this started at midnight last night. So, although there's 18.75 maximum potential, we agree that that's not realistic. Okay? We do. Not everybody out there in the world of trading and training does, but we recognize that that's not a realistic scenario. So let us do that which we always do. We're going to take the maximum potential of the day. Now, I have no hesitation at saying maximum potential of the day because every one of our entries, okay, it fits a very strict criteria. We know the entry price to the tick. So 18.75 divided by 2, I whack it in half just like I always do. 18.75 divided by 2 equals 9.375. 9.375. That's not even a real number. Let's just call it 9. Okay. 9 minus, we had one stop out for 2 points, but we rounded up for a tick of slippage. 9 minus 2.25 equals, dun dun dun. Yes, I could do it without the calculator. It's more dramatic this way though. 6.75. Realistic potential. Ta-da! Now, is this after the fact? Yep. Is it very easy to point these out after the fact? Yep. Is there anything here that's different than when the trade, when these trades were live and actually unfolding? Emotions, money on the line, weekly trading zones, some guy on the news telling you that, you know, some new country is now falling off the edge of the earth. Oh yeah, all kinds of stuff can get in your way. But again, I'm just showing you this with simple price action. If you have an interest in learning to trade for a living, you really should come and take the free trial, cfrn.net/apply. You'll get 5 days in the live trading room, 2 hours a day. You don't have to start on Monday. You can start on Wednesday or Friday. We still give you 5 days. You get to download the demo platform. You get the charts. You get our proprietary indicators. You get live data. Feeder cattle, livestock, lumber. Feeder cattle and livestock, it's probably the same. Lumber, soybeans, wheat, corn, gold, silver, S&P 500 E-mini futures, yeah. The Dow, the Russell, every currency pair known to man, the Euro FX futures, 6E, 6B, British pound, we got it all, okay? You get to use it for a week free. You get to turn over every stone, kick every tire, ask any question you can dream up, you know, reasonable. Well, and we'll answer your questions. We're very transparent. We work very hard at being very transparent because we are a community of believers who trade for a living, and we don't want to just sell you some indicators and send you on your way. We actually want you to become a part of our community. Okay, we've been growing very nicely over the last couple of years. It's really been a wonderful few years, and I got an email today from one of the partners that was just very, very touching, and it let me know that what we're doing is a good thing, and I'm thankful for that. And so, MG, thank you. I really, really appreciate that. That was very kind to you and unsolicited. So, 18.75 maximum potential, realistic 6.75. Now, there were 2 trades in the day that had maximum potential of 6.75. Was there not? Oh, so there was a 6.5 and a 6.75. Yeah. Let's walk through again. Maximum potential 6.75, max potential 1.75, a stop out, maximum potential 6.5, maximum potential 3.75. I mean, if you just caught the last little short trade of the day, couple 3 points out of the 3.75. But the realistic, because remember we whack it in half, we deduct the short plus a tick for slip to arrive at what we believe is truly a realistic number, 6.75. Okay, so that's it. I'm done. I actually got it done in 19 minutes tonight. My, how time flies when you're hanging out with your friends. Thanks. I hope to see you in the live trading room tomorrow morning. CFRN.net/apply. net/apply.